Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Thanks to everybody that came from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Jeffrey Dahmer natal chart breakdown. All right, let's get into it. Let's start off with his early life. Born May 21st, 1960 at 4:34 p.m. His place of birth, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, his midheaven is 23 degrees Cancer. Okay, he's a Gemini sun, Aries moon, Libra ascendant. All right. Chinese astrology wise, he's a metal rat, year of the rat. Okay. Birth chart wise and numerology wise, his birth path was 6. Okay. Now, his house dominants were 8th, 7th, and 3rd. And you can kind of tell the house of death, relationships, communication. All right. Now, let's get into it. Now, we're going to show some clips as well. So, let's get into the biography of Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay. Jeffrey Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster, was an American serial killer and sex offender who committed the murder and dismemberment of 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. Many of his later murders involved necrophilia, cannibalism, and the permanent preservation of body parts, typically the skeleton. And we're going to get into that with the astrology breakdown. And also, he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia disorder, schizotypical personality disorder. This is my first time hearing that. Psychotic disorder, but he was still found legally sane at his trial. Now, him being found legally sane at his trial, it really just means that they wanted him the fuck up out of here. All right, the fuck up out of here. We're gonna show clips on certain things, and I just explained his basic natal placements. Now, you tell me, well, what part of his natal chart do you think made him get away with most of the things that I'm about to show you? Okay, and you guys, if you watch the show, you know what's coming up. Now, let's get into one of the most problematic parts of his whole serial killer career. The cops letting him keep that 14-year-old boy whose brother just almost got killed by him a week previously. All right, let's show the clip.
Conrad Synthesymphone was only 14 years old when he met Jeffrey Dahmer at the Grand Avenue Mall. Like the others, Dahmer offered him money to come back to his apartment. In a video deposition for a civil suit filed later by Synthesymophone's family against the city of Milwaukee, this is what Dahmer said happened next.
He was on the couch, lying down with the drilling technique had already been applied, and I thought he was asleep.
With his victim asleep, Dahmer went for a drink at a local bar.
Did you arrive at a conclusion as to whether or not you had taken his life as a consequence of the drilling technique?
No, it hadn't,
How do you know that?
because he was walking down State Street.
What happened next was almost as unbelievable as the crime itself.
He was nude. Two girls had called 911 police or something. I put my arm around him, trying to walk him back to the apartment, and got halfway there, and that's when the police and rescue squad came in. The story was he was a house guest friend who sometimes drinks too much on weekends and runs out of the street and dressed her naked.
Remarkably, Dahmer was able to convince police that Konarak, a slight 14-year-old boy, was his adult lover, and together they returned him to the apartment.
Yes, sir. This is my boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
What's your name, sir? Jeff Dahmer.
I mean, look, he's bleeding.
He's drunk. He fell over.
He's got blood dripping
Hey,
down
hey,
his
hey!
head.
It's enough. Let us do our job. You hear me? He's drunk. He's not gonna be able to tell you. He's 19.
Wait. You just gonna let him take this baby back inside?
Ma'am, he's telling me this is where they live. We're gonna take him back inside.
Y'all don't at least...
All right, you just lay down on the couch, baby. You mind if I have a look around?
Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, all right. We're just gonna,
Okay.
You like seeing a man in pain, didn't you? And that 14-year-old boy, you did them horrible things to him.
I drugged him first so they wouldn't feel anything.
Well, Dom, you're about to feel every second of this.
Teams or anything because he felt like he deserved it. But now let's get into the natal chart of my boy Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, he had 3 planets in the 8th house. Okay, now the 8th house, you guys already know, the planet of death, the house of death, Scorpio, 8th house. You know, taboo, secret, sex, morbid things, morbid activities, astrology, unknown things. Okay, now he had 3 planets there. He had his Sun, Mercury, and Venus. All right. Now, okay, his moon also was in Aries, right? And he also had an Aries Mars. So this gave Jeffrey more so like the power to do things that he actually wanted to do, whether they were bad or not. You feel me? He was doing them and he didn't think twice because Aries is what? It's impulsive. You feel me? When he was doing little things, he wasn't thinking about you. He was thinking about himself. You know, he did feel remorseful at certain times, but even his natal chart show you that they were pretty much kind of selfish, and he kind of understood what the impact he left when it was way too late. And he also has first house Neptune, you know, and his mother, you know, when she was pregnant with him, was on all types of medications and drugs, you know, first house, you know, Neptune type of things, illusions. You know, his personality was even like that. He was kind of, you know, an illusion. Like, you didn't really know Jeffrey Dahmer. Nobody really knew Jeffrey Dahmer. Nobody. When it was too late, that's when everybody kind of found out about the type of person that Jeffrey was, you know. And sadly, it got to that fact. And then speaking with the Neptune first house, apparently when he was 4, his dad said he got some type of surgery and that Jeffrey changed after the surgery. Now, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer was definitely an alcoholic, and this is all alluding to, like I said, first house Neptune type of things, you know, illusions, you know, change. Like, you don't really know people with a Neptune first house. You know, it's water. It's like a little mask. You have to dig. You have to put your hands in that person. You know, you have to dig into their soul to really know a Neptune first house person. And, you know, that also first house Neptune is escapism. You know, Pisces in the first house, you might as well say you're an escapist. You know, your personality, your emotions are weighed on your face. You know, Jeffrey was kind of, you know, you didn't really know him, but when he was upset or when he felt some type of way, you definitely seen it on his first house, which is his face. Now, another thing, right? He has Saturn in the 3rd house, okay? Saturn in the 3rd house, growing up around him, going to school, you know, 3rd house is also your early life in school. It was hard for Jeffrey. You feel me? His parents, being around his parents, his siblings, his family. Saturn is like people being hard on you, harsh. He grew up in a harsh environment, you know, neglected, you know. He was interested in things like dead bodies and killing animals because he was neglected and didn't really have any close friends, you know. And that's why his father kind of blamed himself for part of Jeffrey doing everything he did. And I wouldn't tell the dad, you know, to just blame yourself, but the parenting could have been way better than you know, because it sounds like Jeffrey been through a lot of bullshit and he was just fed the fuck up. You feel me? It didn't. Now we're not excusing anything this man did. No excuse for anything, but you kind of can get an understanding of why throughout his natal chart and throughout his life he kind of was shaped and molded into the person that he was known to be. And then also when you have Saturn in the third house, you know, that can mean you being seen in the wrong way popularity wise. Okay, you could be seen in the wrong light around your peers. You know, whenever it comes to Saturn and being seen, Saturn is kind of harsh. You know, even if you have Saturn in a good placement, you could be seen as like the harsh boss. Yeah, you might have got a high position ranking because of it, but your employees might think you're like the worst person in existence and be, you know, preying on your downfall. So you got to watch things like that with these people's natal charts. And that's why I always say, make sure you do your child's natal charts, do your own, do your families, do your close friends, do anybody you know, because you'll be surprised at what you find out, and you'll be surprised at what transits and aspects you both share that might save your life, change your life, vice versa, make your life better, make their life better. And you know, you got to remember, like I said, not everybody incarnated on this earth is a good person, or they're not everybody's going to be a good person. Okay? He was born and he was baptized, right, under a solar eclipse the same day John Wayne Gacy was executed. You know, now that symbol in itself should tell you a lot. Not everyone here is here for good. Not everyone here has a soul that is on the same mission as you or as the collective. You know, people have different goals when they incarnate here. You know, Ted Bundy's chart really was on some serial killer stuff. Like he was, to me, he's a very interesting serial killer because his chart is very weird. Like him, Richard Ramirez, John Wayne Gacy, like John Wayne Gacy or Gary Lee. Gary Lee is way worse than this guy. Gary Lee had 70 plus murders. And you don't hear him being talked about at all. But I'm going to make a video on him. All right. So I say all that to say this. And make sure you be safe. You know, women, men, especially women, be safe. Watch who you're talking to. Watch who you hang around, you know. Watch your friends. If your friends aren't checking up on you, making sure that you get home safe, or, you know, that if you leaving with a person somewhere that person ain't got your best interest at heart, you don't need to be friends with that motherfucker, okay? I want everybody watching my video to be safe. If you made it this long to the video, I appreciate you. I love you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. If you came from TikTok, let me know in the comments because I really appreciate stuff like that, you know. Clicking and coming over here and become a family. You know, I'm making this YouTube channel a real thing. I'm getting things started slowly but surely. And, yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all keep me motivated. I love y'all. Subscribe. Next video coming this week. You know, it's coming Sunday, these weekly transits. I'm out.